Hello everyone, this is GamingWithShoggoths, and we are back in the beta for Prehistoric Kingdom, and I'm just gonna go over, some of the decorations and such in the game, the modular buildings, or well, some of the modular pieces, the prefab buildings, things like that. Some of these are from the alpha, some of them are new to the beta. I'm just gonna do like kind of a mishmash of all of it because I'll be perfectly honest, my memory is horrible. I haven't played the alpha for a long time. Can't quite remember what everything was and wasn't in the game last time. So we're gonna start with fences, and I adore the fences in this game. My only problem with them is that I have troubles making straight lines, but I mean, that's not that new. You know what, let's get some dirt down. It's kind of hard to see with this grass. Some nice rock. Ooh, yes, nice rock. Okay. Alright, so these are probably my favorite fences in the game at the moment. I don't know if more will be coming or not, but I quite like them. I think they're just really pretty. I especially like the medium one. I think that one's quite nice. And of course, I always love a nice short fence for small animals and petting zoo type things. And then that's the big one, the full size one back there. They each have a fence, like a strength rating, much like Planet Zoo does, or the new Jurassic World Evolution has as well, and the dinosaurs do as well. So none of it really matters at this juncture because they don't break out, so that's not too big of a deal yet. The sun decided to shift. It always turns my day-night cycle back on every time I log out and log back in. Alright, these are the metal fences, and once again, a short fence. I always love a short fence. Although this is probably like close to 6 feet tall. Short, relatively speaking. I'm not a big fan of this one. I mean, it's almost like pointless. Like, you cannot see through it. Like, I don't feel like that's great. I mean, I understand it's there to keep the big boys in, but it doesn't look all that great in my opinion. It just makes it really difficult to see anything. Like, imagine standing behind that at a zoo. Like, we have some glass. I think they're glass or plexiglass. I'm not sure. I like them. They're pretty cool. I mean, obviously, when breakouts actually matter, you're not gonna want to have your big dinosaurs behind these, because I'm sure they will be gone in an instant. But they are really cool. I could definitely see some Protoceratops and such behind them in the future. And then we have some nice big concrete fences. Again, it's one of those, you can't really see through them kind of things. But these are really nice. Like, I do like the look of them. And I especially like the short one. And I think the best part of this game is going to be mixing, as far as like enclosures go, it's going to be mixing and matching them, like kind of like this kind of stuff, where you can make it look like it's strong and protected, but still give them like, a good view of the dinosaur. Next, we're gonna roll over to the paths. My brain just totally refused to remember the word paths. There's obviously a great variety, which I feel like every game needs. Having like 3 paths and that's it is kind of lame in my opinion. So we've got, I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one's a duplicate of another one. So there's 9 paths, and then there's also 2 natural ones. And I forgot to do the natural ones, but I'll show you those. And then you can change their width from anywhere from 1 meter, which is this light gray one, down, and then we have 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 meters, and then this one is a duplicate of one down there, but this is the 10 meters. And yeah, like, that's really awesome, like being able to change the width like that instead of being stuck with just 3 variations. There's also, forgot to put down, there's also natural, which doesn't say what natural is. Like, oh, it's like rocks, so yeah, it's rocks. And then there is, kind of doesn't look natural though. Definitely looks like pictures of rocks. And then there is a wood path, and ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So yeah, so those are the other ones. I would love to see like a dirt path or something like that. All right, over here we are going. Oh God. Oh, this is causing chaos. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Uh-huh. So this is what an entry point looks like in the game, and it didn't occur to me that this might cause problems. Like, this is the basic entry point that you could build a building around. Like, one of these is in the prefab entrance back there. And then, you know, there's a whole thing built around it. So this is like what you need for your guests to enter. And then there's a ticket booth here as well. And like, there's like 3 ticket booths, I think, in that prefab. So you need both of these things, I believe, to make a functioning entrance. They don't have to be right next to each other, but they basically, like, your patrons need to go from the entrance to the booth. So yeah, so these things right here these are the storefronts for an item shop and a food shop. They're not customizable now. I'm guessing in the future, when this stuff actually matters and the guests actually buy things and money is being exchanged, that they'll probably be somewhat customizable. But these are here basically if you want to build your own building. Like, this will make it so it is a restaurant or an item shop. And then you build your own building around it if you feel so inclined. And then there's a couple setups for bathrooms. You got doubles and your single. Over here we have just lots of decorations and stuff. This is by no means all of it. I just picked some stuff so you can see, like, these are like pillars. These would be great for making your own custom fences. As you can see behind them, there are also custom prefab fences, but you know, there's all kinds of pillars and such for making paths, walkways, above ground walkways, bridges, patios, you know, viewing areas that go out over an enclosure, bridges, whatever you could possibly think of. These are some, just once again, just a couple of the examples of some of the lights that are available. I just picked a few. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like if you lay down a light and there's no power, you have to like redo it in order for it to register that there is power. These right here, these ones on the ground, these 3 are ceiling lights. Actually, I think the 2 small ones are wall lights, and then that big one is the ceiling light. And then these are all like floor lights and such. They are quite bright. Yeah, so like I said, this is very, very small sampling. There's tons of stuff. Like, this is all lighting, and this is all like props and rope and all that kind of stuff. AC units, you know. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm just picking some of the random things to show because it would take forever to set all this up and show everything anyways. These are some nice, like, small fences that aren't integrally sound enough to have dinosaurs behind, but will definitely be really cool for decorating purposes. And then, since we're right here, we've got some dinosaur statues. And then there are just random decorations. You know, something I've just wished that we could have in like evolution. Like, it would just make things so much neater if you could have like a box or you know, some hoses and stuff like that. Like, all that stuff would be so cool. Look, I mean, there's even like shelves. Look at that, it's a shelving unit with, like, you know, for like a merchandise store or just whatever. Buckets, coal for decoration, rope, wheelbarrow. I mean, stuff that makes it really feel like a place. You know, and this is the kind of stuff that you get in Planet Zoo and stuff like that, which is awesome. And I would just love to see this kind of detail in evolution without having to resort to mods. Alright, so these are all prefab buildings for those of you who don't like to build or don't want to build everything. Like, I'm down with trying to build, like, you know, bridges and platforms and things like that, but not necessarily a restaurant or a bathroom. Like, you know, and if the game has suitable stuff, then like these look really nice, and you could always, you could probably change. Well, maybe not. As I say, you might be able to change certain aspects of it. I keep hitting the escape button way too many times. But yeah, so you got like bathrooms. I think this is made by having 2 of the single bathrooms connected to each other. There's another bathroom option. And you could add like your own signage and stuff to these. I'm sure in the future there'll be stuff like paint. There is lettering and signage. It's pretty basic, so I didn't really go pull any out, but I can show you that stuff in a second. I just plopped this all in grass, so we're gonna have shops overrun with grass. But you know, this is, and you can tell like a lot of this is just built with the stuff that's already in the game. You know, most of this is. So this is like a fast food Bronto burger stand, and like this is what that kiosk was that I showed you earlier, and made to have a few seats. This is like the little fast food ones. It's for ice cream. So I imagine like these sorts of things, more of these will come in the future. But I also think these give like really good ideas for how to like build your own too, like just looking off of them. It's another little food place. Okay, so this one is actually like, you know, more like a full, controls, there we go. Like a full restaurant. Oops. Once again, God, sorry. I'm making myself a little sick if it makes anyone feel better. But, you know, this is like full-scale restaurant size in here. Oh, what's over here? Bathrooms. Wow. Yeah, like I can't... Wow. I mean, I don't even know if this is possible to build in the game at the moment. But I'm not sure I could spend the time building a restaurant like this. So I'm glad that this sort of stuff is available as a prefab option. But... this is, yeah, it's a huge building, and I really dig this, though. I'm really having ideas. This might be one of the first things I do, is put this down and then have some, like, Edmontosaurus or something. And maybe have another barrier so they can't quite come up and just, like, eat French fries. But I think this would be really cool. I think this would be, like, a cool way to start. To have like an enclosure behind it that they can look into. Maybe some Camarasaurus to go with the Bronto burger. As terrible as that would be. And then this is like a full-size like dessert place, looks like. Yeah. It's really cute in there. And what's this? I think it's another restaurant. Oh, it's a coffee shop. Yes, we definitely need a coffee shop. Another shop? Yes. So, you know, there's a variety of different restaurants and stuff like that. For those who are more inclined to just put down a prefab. They're really neat. I like them. I like the designs. They look really good. I mean, they're probably better than what I would come up with without a lot of Apato apparel. I like that. Without a lot of, you know, a lot of planning going into them. So I'm glad they exist. That makes me happy. And then, okay, so our final part here is, these are all, shelters for your enclosures. Right now they're available, in prefab. Obviously you could build your own however you want, but they have a bunch of these prefabs available, but, none of the dinosaurs require them. They will eventually, but none of them, it doesn't affect any of them, but you can put like hay down, and I'm guessing that's what attracts them to actually sit under it, because I've seen some of them sit there occasionally, but it definitely seems random. Most of the time my dinosaurs don't sit under the enclosures, and I can only assume that's because it's not part of their programming yet. They just sit wherever, but my guess will be is that once you put like hay down under here and it's actually part of their routine, like they will probably just go and sit under shelters if those are available. So like this is one of the this is like a slatted one. I actually wasn't sure if this is a shelter or not, because it kind of looks like something you could use for people, and since it has a slatted top, like, you know, it's not really a shelter, kind of, but oops. kind of, but not really, so I don't know. But, you know, these could also be used in decorating your park. Like, there's nothing that says that you cannot use these. Although some of them do, I think, put hay down automatically, so I don't know. I guess that might be a little weird, but, like, this would be cool just to have around as decoration. This is, like, I think it's called a Brontosaurus. Sauropod Sunbrella. That's quite the name. And then these are like little ones, and obviously you can raise or you know, lower some of the bigger ones to the ground if you wanted to, but these are like the tiny ones, and they just slightly get bigger and bigger. And then this one, what was this one called? Oh, just animal shelter thatch. There was one. Oh, maybe it's the next one that was like ceratopsian habitat or something. I don't know, something like that. But like, this would make like neat little you know, focal points of like an exhibit. Or honestly, that actually would make a great like top roof base, whatever you want, for like a viewing area too. Like, I think that'd be really cool as like a viewing area. And this one would be cool as a viewing area too. Animal shelter tent. But it does put hay down, so I'm not sure if you can get rid of that or not. But also, you could cover it with your ground, whatever ground you're using for ground, the path or whatever. This one is the sauropod house, which I think is cool. You know, it reminds me of like the giraffe houses at a zoo. But like, it does really it looks so modern. You know what I mean? So like, maybe you could put this there as a base because it is such a big area, and then cover it with rocks, or you could use this as an entry point into, you know, like an enclosure or something like that, kind of like with these. So, you know, there's possibilities here that don't just have to be like, you know, what they're used for. And then this one over here is a very nice natural looking one, rocks and stuff. I was trying to do something like this earlier. I was just messing around, but this is a prefab. Now that I'm thinking about it, I thought I put down, I think it might be hidden by the terrain. Oh, these guys are still having fun over there. I thought I had put down some of the lettering. Probably hidden by the grass or something. But here, let's go look real quick. Yeah, so like, it's got like bathroom signs. These are all like the restaurant signs, so you can make them look like different things. There's the Crowny. I always wondered if that guy had a name. Apparently it's Crowny. So that's cute. And then there's lettering, and there's only the one font, but that's okay, right? One is better than none. So yeah. So that's a look at some of the fun stuff that will probably be showing up in parks for Prehistoric Kingdom. Really cool things, and I'm really looking forward to finally actually making some more stuff in this game. I missed out on the alpha just because I was so busy, and I never really got to play the game, even like to just play, you know. So I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, it should be interesting with all these good things we have around. All right, so that's gonna be it for this video. I really appreciate you checking it out as always, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Love to see you around. Leave a like, comment. I always love to hear what you guys think. And I will definitely be back with more Prehistoric Kingdom. I almost said Prehistoric Evolution. Not a lie. I will be back with more Prehistoric Kingdom and Jurassic World Evolution real soon. Until then, have a good one.